Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series featuring myself, Critical Rocket, and here we are with the Marauder IIs in the Chassis series, yes. This is the II-4A. This is arguably the classic one in the sense that this version uses uses 3025 era technology. So we've got two PPCs, we've got two medium lasers, and a large laser. Now, if you remember from my 5A gameplay video, which is just Marauder II gameplay, that one actually has ER PPCs and a LB10 on the top instead. One of the reasons for this is obviously because things like ER PPCs and LBs were lost tech, so they couldn't be used, and this was the compensation. In some respects, this is better because there's no ammunition consideration, and I'm running this with singles, and it actually works quite well. The II-4A is the original model that was built by Blackwell Industries for the Wolf Dragoons as part of their project to remain hidden in plain sight, I guess, in the Inner Sphere, though there's lots of gaps in the logic about why the Great Houses just accept. Anyway, now I'm not going to go into Wolf Dragoons rant, but yeah, it's probably one of the most feared assault mechs in the write-up for BattleTech at the time. It had almost a kind of invincible reputation, being one of the most deadly assaults anyone could come across, and that was considering the fact that the Marauder already was considered to be one of the more deadly heavy mechs to encounter on the field, so a 100-ton jump-capable version of it, yeah, put the fear of God into quite a few people. I really like this version. It's obviously more energy-focused than any of the other models, which tend to focus on things like ballistics and energy, whereas this one is pretty much for the boating you, if you prefer that kind of gameplay. I love the fact that this Marauder guy jumps down to have a fight with me in my Marauder II. I thought it was really cool. It was a pity other people were hitting me. I would have loved to have just gone one-on-one with the guy, but yeah, you know, MWO. But yeah, this model overall is pretty good. As I said, with the default number of heatsinks, single heatsinks in it, it actually handles the heat really well. I thought after a first couple of PPC shots and large laser and that, I'd be overheating like mad. Being reminded of running my Assassin at the time with just single heatsinks way back when. And that, I mean, that thing was just a medium laser RM5 and SRM2, and that thing was overheating like crazy with singles. But yeah, this works quite well. If you haven't picked up the pack and you are an assault mech player, I don't think you really regret this mech. The strange thing with the Marauder II is for 100 tons, it looks on the face of it relatively undergunned. And arguably in MechWarrior Online you could say that, but customization will rectify a lot of those problems. From a sort of base standpoint within the write-up of BattleTech, the lore of it, this makes sense because it's efficient. It's not going for all-out firepower, one-shot kills. This thing is going for the ability to stay in the fight as long as humanly possible, do as much damage as possible, and be able to remain relatively agile for a 100-ton mech. Jump jets really help on tabletop. The ability to jump a couple of hexes can literally like leap your assault mech over a forested section or on top of a building, so you can get better height, that kind of thing. It's really useful, and jump jets also on tabletop make you far harder to hit, so that's one of the other benefits of it. If you want to stay, if you basically just want to be a bastard to hit on the tabletop, you just get a light mech and just hop it around every turn. It can't fire very often, it won't hit much, but it won't be hit much in return either. So that was one of the great things in this. Someone in the comments on the Marauder II video originally said that this is a bit more jack of all trades. And yeah, I think Marauder II is that. I think in MechWarrior Online it's a jack of all trades 100-tonner. And I could see it remaining quite popular, a bit like the Marauder II-C for the clan side of things. It's just solid, tanky, a lot of firepower, and it helps it looks good. Not as good as the original Marauder II, of course, but it's not a bad redesign. I don't mind this at all, really. Sadly, I would have painted this in Miller's Marauders colours, but if someone can let me know, I can't find any images or anything online of what the Miller's Marauders or what would later become Barber's Marauder IIs look like, though they don't have Barber's Marauder II's decals. They do have Miller's Marauders decals in MechWarrior Online, so it's a bit odd. Anyway, so yeah, I'll have to research that a bit more, maybe dig it out of a book. I might be able to find some information there about them, but yeah, sadly this was just green. And my damage, by the way, I thought I'd done a lot more. I really did. I felt like I'd hit way more targets than I did. Although maybe on second view, maybe I didn't do a lot, I'm not sure. But I thought I was whacking stuff quite, you know, quite religiously. I was hitting it regularly. And didn't, like, my damage just didn't pay off. What the hell? But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, hope you all have a good week, and I'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye! Bullshit fucking damage. Bah.